Yo, yo, yo! It's a breakup day today from work, so I'm happy. I've been up since about 4 o'clock though, working on my new video for the track that's just been released, Mother's Arms. Yeah, so I've been editing a video this morning from 4 o'clock, so I've got that done now. I'm going to upload it later. So let's jump straight into it, because these videos, it's creeping and getting longer and longer, and I don't want to bore you to tears. So yesterday I got to the point where I just got out of jail. We started putting on the events. Oh, you know the event's name as well? It was called Bang Up. You know what I mean? I took inspiration from my surroundings. Yeah, so that period of my life was very like music industry orientated. Basically, when I got out of jail, my dad started taking me to work in construction to keep me out, well, just get me in work and probably keep me out of trouble, you know what I mean? So yeah, so I was straight back on my deck, straight back wanting to get into it, and felt like I'd missed out from doing my DJ Academy course, so I was like back on it. I entered a DJ competition that was held by DJ Magazine. It was held at the Sanctuary in Birmingham. So obviously that for me was like, oh my god, I'm going to get to play at the Sanctuary in Birmingham. And so I entered, and I won. Well, I got through the first round. The first round was like you played 4 records basically. So done that, got through, and then just kept attending, kept winning, kept getting through, and then eventually I'd done the regional final in Birmingham, and I won that. I won the regional final. I had to go and do the nationals up in Scotland, which was brilliant. You know, I tell you what, the feeling when I won and all my friends were there was just unreal. It was a absolutely amazing feeling. So yeah, that was buzzing. Went up to Scotland and just come in the top seven in the nationals. Come 7th basically. I'm just trying to make it sound nicer, putting a spin on it. But I come 7th, so I didn't do too well, but you know what I mean, I still won the Midlands region, so I was buzzing about that. Then I was doing these nights. I finished my first batch of nights called Bang Up, and I had a bit of time off, and I was just, you know, I don't know what I was doing at that time. I think I'd moved out my parents' house then, in with my long-term girlfriend, who I'm still with, Jo. And I shouldn't have said her name, should I? I'm all anonymous and that, I know. But anyway, okay, so moved in with Jo, and then I think I was just working, and actually that was the time I started promoting my second night. So the second I got a second win, I was like, I'm going for it again. But you know what, I'm gonna go for it, like, not sounding bad, but I wanted to do it kind of without the reliance on it just being a party for friends. I wanted it to be a business, you know what I mean? And you can't just keep relying on your friends you can rely on your friends, but it's a bit bad if you just keep on expecting them just to keep coming to support your business. Well, you know, it works in the first. I always had this mentality of a promotion. I said, your first 3 or 4 events will be rammed with your mates. That's when you have to take the opportunity to get as many people as you can in, because the vibe is so good, because you're there with all your friends. The vibe is really good, the atmosphere is brilliant. So when people just from town start coming in and going, man, it's brilliant in there, and they go off and they tell their friends and blah blah blah, you get a reputation of having a good event. So that was my strategy really. I was like, okay, I'm going to get in about 150, 200 people of just like friends, acquaintances, people who I know, people who they know, blah blah blah. So that's how. But off the back of that, we need to be getting the rest of the town in. Just, you know what I mean, during that period, because after 3 or 4 events, your friends start to wane off. They won't come to everyone. They'll come to the first couple, but then it'll start to wane off and you get less and less people. Or you'll get a group come one time and another group come another time, and it ain't just all in one. So basically, we set up like MySpace, Facebook, and just hammered it. Took loads of photos in the event. Just absolutely guerrilla marketed the fuck out of the town. Posters everywhere, just fucking hitting MySpace, hitting Facebook. And that was like the beginning of the social media stuff. And I was talking to like people in Birmingham and stuff, and my visions were like, my goals were lofty, they were big. So I was always like, I wanted to do more events at different places, blah, blah, blah. So I basically got in with this fella who was doing an electro house night at this place. And a friend kind of introduced us, because she knew I DJ'd and she thought I was good. And she went, you need to go and get in with this fella. You'd probably, because I used to play like, I still do, play house, techno, electronica. And you need to go and see him. So I started meeting him and I started getting gigs with this fella. And then basically, I kind of said I want to start doing a night with him, because he already had a venue secured. So I wanted to start doing a night. And I said I was thinking about doing, because at that time all my mates were starting to get into indie music and bands, and there was all like joining bands and making bands and stuff like that, and they was doing quite well at it. So my promotional idea was I wanted indie music upstairs, and I wanted electro, techno, minimal, tech house downstairs. Well, actually, it wasn't electro. I wanted tech house and minimal downstairs, because obviously his night was electro. It was funky house upstairs, electro house downstairs. It was called, So my idea was indie alternative upstairs, and he used to do it once a month. I wanted to do it once a month, indie alternative upstairs, and tech house and minimal downstairs. So we started that off, and it just done really, really well. We had a good crowd in there, and like the strategy was just smash. I smashed MySpace. We done a DJ competition downstairs, and and then after that we done a battle of the bands, and we got that many people involved that it got a reputation. You know what I mean? It's like we had DJs from all over the Midlands playing, people who are still playing now. I worked with some good influential promoters from Birmingham, and we had some big names. We started getting DJs from Kerrang Radio. I started making links with Emma Scott and Simon James, who'd done the breakfast show, and we basically got them in to do special guest DJ sets for us, and that mixed with our residents, and we had like local bands who were like, really popular in different parts of the town. We asked them to come in and do DJ sets. So we just brought in everyone from around the town to play, and we had this cross section of, we had alternative music upstairs, and this was when the crossover was happening, where you could have like them different styles of music, and we had 2 different themes in upstairs and downstairs. It was really, really good. And it was getting a bit too good, to be fair, for the downstairs, for the tech house and the minimal room. And the guy I was working with kind of said, we're taking away from his event, basically, because we was doing our event once a month, his event once a month. But people were starting to come to our event and not, it was taken away from him. So the person who he was doing that with was moaning a bit. So I said, you know what, I'll tell you what, you give me a residency at your night. So, because all I wanted to do was to play and DJ. That's all I did it for, really. Tell you what, you do that, and what we'll do, we'll scrap the downstairs, so you have that market to yourself. And what we'll do, we'll set up bands downstairs. We'll have bands on. We'll have because that makes the whole night then is an indie alternative rock night, isn't it? And that's what we went for. And we done a battle of the bands, so obviously got all these people in, and mate, it just took off. It really did take off. The venue could hold 400 people, and we was pissing that, and then we changed that to a weekly event. We had it every Saturday, and I was just working on it constantly. In the end, I had to quit my job. I says, I'm quitting my job. I'm making more money on one night than I am for a week's of work. So basically, I quit my job and went full time doing this event. Put my heart and soul in it. We got some really good acts on, got a really good reputation, but man, it absolutely took its toll on me. I was just out all the while promoting, and I mean, I was out drinking heavily. Like, I was out all night from Wednesday night till about Saturday night. So Wednesday night, no, actually, I'd be out Monday night because there'd be a student night on at one of the bars. So I'd be there, and I'd have Tuesday off, and then I'd be Wednesday. There was a pound of drink night going on. Thursday there was. I think I used to have Friday off because the town was pretty dead on Friday. But then obviously Saturday I'd be out. But even then, Friday I was still partying. You know what I mean? I was still having it, and I was, and I'd done that for about 4 years solid. And as I said, it absolutely took its toll on me. It took its toll on my relationship. I had a brilliant time, loved it. Got some real high profile people in. We used to have what's his name? John Brooks, I think his name is, from the Charlatans. He used to DJ for us. We had Bez come and DJ for us. We had all kinds of people. We had the people from Kerrang, we had the Holloways come down, we had the Paddingtons come down. We had a band that was on E4 called the Scarlet Harlots from Birmingham. They came and played for us. The Black and Reds, the drummer now plays for the Twang. They played for us. So it was, we had a really good thing going on. Basically, it was an indie alternative rock. I started DJing like indie alternative as well. Really started enjoying that, and it just expanded my musical knowledge, going just from house and techno to that. So, I had a really good time. I even had a little tiny stint at being in a band, in a really popular band at the time that was local to us. They was pulling in 500-600 people into the gigs. We played at the Rainbow, all that good stuff. So yeah, we've done really well. Done some really big gigs. Started doing gigs at different venues up Birmingham. We've done a gig in Dragon Eye. There was gigs at the Gatecrasher, Bed. Yeah, we just done gigs fucking anywhere that we could really. I tried, we went up Wolverhampton, we done West Brom, we done Warsaw, and man, I've got some stories to tell about all that, obviously. But it was a good period of time. But anything like that, when you're hammering it for too long, it just ends up going west, doesn't it? So, cut a long story short, I sold my half of the business and went travelling around the world with my missus. So that's what we did. I just went, you know what, I can't keep doing this, it's fucking killing me, like, literally. My head went and everything. So yeah, that's when my first battles with like substance using like booze and stuff and that as a party animal, and the head of the promotion and the face of the promotion, the party boy. Anyone that's done promotion will understand, but some people can hack it. After about 4 years I couldn't. It was constant, it was relentless, and as I said, it would have fucked me and my missus up. So I basically sold my half to my business partner and just fucking went travelling, man. I just went away for I think we travelled the world for about 4 months, something like that. Went all over the world, and that was really good as well. We went Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Singapore, Malaysia, Australia, New Zealand, Fiji, all over. I've been to India. So yeah, I've done a lot of travelling as well, a lot of soul searching. But that was that period of my life. So as I said, I was doing well. I was DJing every week. I was living the dream. I was promoting. I was making a living from it. I was working. I opened up a studio, and that's where I went every day. A studio, like a music studio. We opened a music studio, and I was basically living the dream. Yeah, so you could say, but I was fucking myself up at the same process as well. So that's where I got with her. So I think I'll leave it there for now. That's 15 minutes. I think that's long enough. So yeah, that's my musical journey so far. I could tell you about travelling. I don't know if you'd be interested or not. Some travelling adventures and that we did. But really, realistically, from then on, it was a battle with trying to get myself sober, if I'm completely honest, because it was hard. It was the hardest period of my life. I mean, jail was bad, but this was rock bottom time. This was, you know what I mean? But I think that every person needs to go through hardship to come out the other end. And it's took me a long time to want to get back. Like, I've been doing music obviously, but it's took me a long time to have the confidence to be able to go back out and start doing that without thinking, man, I'm gonna just go back to my old ways. You know what I mean? I have tried in the past and I've just ended up like slipping and that, but now I just feel ultra confident that I can just do it, take it seriously, make it professionally, and just fucking stop. My ego's gone. I haven't got my head up my arse. I don't think I'm number one. And yeah, I think it's a life lesson. I think every young man goes through it. Young man, young women. So yeah, there we go. So until the next time, I don't know when the next time I'll do a rant, because I'm off work now for 2 weeks and I want to focus on making music, spending time with my family. I want to go and do some DJ sets. So I mean, all that sort of stuff, I'll be putting that up here. So I'd love all your support. I really do. I want to start building up a little network of like local people who I can work with, and let's see how it goes in 2021. End the year strong. Until the next time, be cool. See you later.